I loved the Phoenix Open, and playing there was always a pleasure. That was the first official tour event that I played after I turned pro.
One of my best memories was when my first year on tour at the Phoenix Country Club. I shot 61, and people don't think that much about 61, but back in 1970, a 61 was a really historic round, you know, with the old equipment and the old balls and on greens that weren't that great. And so that was cool, but it wasn't until 74 really that I was at the top of my game. That was my big year when I was Player of the Year, won 8 times. But the nice thing about that one is Lanny Watkins eagled the 72nd hole, and we were good friends. He came out to watch me on 16, and I was at that point 2 behind him now. And I birdied 16, I knocked it stiff about this far, and then 17 I almost made it about that far with a 7-iron, and then 18 I birdied that hole and to nip him by 1 shot. And he says, "Oh, you were lucky, Miller." But that was a good win against my pal Lanny Watkins. And then of course the next year, in 1975. I started out at Tucson, and I was really playing well. I remember I used to go to the practice tee and not hit it that great in the practice tee, and sometimes play real well on the course. And I remember starting out that year, and I was hitting it like perfectly well. I mean, every shot was perfect on the driving range. And I actually ended up, in 1974, I ended up hitting in the water on the 72nd hole and beat my pal Jerry Hurd by 14 strokes. So that was a pretty good win there with 2,400. That was a record, and I went on to Tucson the next week and shot 25 under for 49 under for 2 weeks. So right then I was ranked #1 in the world, and I sort of motivated Jack Nicklaus to hit a few more practice balls. Congratulations to the Phoenix Thunderbirds for 75 years of golfing success in the great state of Arizona.